Welcome back to Exploring Whiskeys. Again, I'm Eric.
And I'm Kevin. This is Wheeler's Raid. I have no idea how many we've done so far.
It's our hometown.
But this is number 8.
Hometown.
Distillery.
Distillery?
Sure. Hometown distillate. Though they don't actually distill here, so I can't really call them that. Anyway.
Finishers.
That's what they're specialized in. Number 8 is a Sherry Cask Strength Bourbon.
Okay.
So finished in a sherry cask for up to about 12 weeks. That's really all it is. It's not a long time.
What is it? Number 3? That's a sherry cask finish, but not cask strength.
No, 3 is the French oak.
Okay.
So that's barreled in a French oak. One's the regular. 4 is the rye.
Okay. All right. Then I'm thinking.
So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5. I'm not sure if we did the cask strength rye. We've done 2 honeys and a toasted bourbon.
But those are all limited.
Yeah. They're all, even this one's technically limited release per their website. But I don't think this is as limited, but I hadn't seen it for a little while, so I grabbed it. Now.
You haven't seen it because it's a new bottle design.
True. All right, so we're going to do that really quick. So, Wheeler's Raid started with this bottle shape. It was a square. They actually had their logo imprinted on the top. It stood out. And it was very cool. Everything was just done. With everything going on in the world, they could not source that anymore. So they ended up having to switch to these bottles. They didn't like these bottles. They're kind of standard bottles. Very, a lot of different whiskeys have that same shape. So they have finally moved to this. This is what their whole lineup is now, looks like this. It has all the same looks with different colors to the different numbers. So that's the Wheeler's Raid bottle history.
I know they were bummed. We did talk to the guy. They were, with everyone having a shortage of glass, they really wanted to keep the original bottle.
Yeah, that's square.
They thought they were going to be able to go back to it. So in the meantime, they went to the other bottle, and now, this one obviously is readily available because I'm sure other people use it.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. It doesn't exactly look whiskey-ish. It looks a little bit more gin-ish, if that makes sense. But all right.
My only knock is the banding on the top.
Yeah, Eric is not a fan.
Get away with it.
That guy right
Makes
there.
It look cheap.
The rest of it,
Cheaper.
I kind of wish they'd go back to that cork with the W on the top. I really liked. I thought that.
I think everything looks fine. Just get rid of that banding. You don't need it.
No, it doesn't.
You have enough color here.
There's a lot of color on that.
You got here, and the writing's in the color.
What do we know about this? Not a whole hell of a lot. So their website says that it's 3 year, 5 month, and it's 54.5% ABV, and it sits in the sherry cask for 12 weeks. I don't know if that just needs to be updated because this is aged 4 years and 11 months, so a little bit longer, and it's 122 proof.
Why don't you just go the full 5?
I don't know. Why would you? Yeah. Which is funny because the special releases, the honeys and the toasted, were all 5 years and 1 month.
Yeah.
So they made sure they cracked over the 5 year. This one they crack too early. All right, there's some sweet notes in that. So it is.
I smell the proof though. It's not ethanol, but I can just
Yeah. 122 is going to have a presence. That's the word. This is all right. It is distilled in non-disclosed distilleries in India.
I love when people do that.
So it's probably MGP. And on the website, it does say that they use the high rye mash bill. Now, MGP has 2 rye mash bills for their bourbons. One's 21%, one's 36%. So if this is a high rye mash bill, it's probably the 36% rye. That doesn't leave a lot of room for corn and malted barley. So this should have a spice to it, but the Sherry Cask should, I don't know, pull it down a little bit because I get more fruits. I get a lot of fruit on the nose. Sweet too, really sweet nose.
The nose is for me, it smells very similar to that Nulu that I have with the brandy.
The cherry brandy finish one?
Yeah.
Okay. I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Ooh,
That's weird.
I like the palate way more than the nose.
The palate's got a couple, it's like 2 or 3 different things.
Starts off hot.
Yeah,
Me.
the rye comes through strong in the beginning of that guy. Or the ethanol. I'm not really sure which one. But there's like a funny syrupy sweet note.
I'm enjoying it. Then I got a little hug.
You hugged? Oh,
Or Tennessee.
Indiana.
Trickle,
you got a Hoosiered?
tickle.
You got Hoosiered? There is a weird syrupy sweetness in the middle of that. I don't know if that's good or bad. I haven't figured that out. I haven't decided that one.
It's got good dark color though.
Yeah, that sherry definitely did something to it. Yeah, I mean the color of that whiskey's, that's heavy.
It's way darker than
What's this one? I don't even know. That's
the
the
honey. That's got some good color, but that one is much lighter.
and that's also the bourbon. So that looks pretty materially darker.
Yep.
Interesting. So the sherry, that's got to be the sherry impact. I think this is just so this is just the regular rye.
Yeah, it's way
That's
lighter.
super light. This is only, I don't know if it's 4 and 11 months or
Yeah, I think that's 11.
4 and 1
I think
month.
it's
I'm
4.
not sure.
The one's just kind of.
Scribbled on.
Yep.
There is definitely a sherry impact, which I find really funny for the fact that it's only 12 weeks. It's a quarter, like 3 months. You pulled that off in 3 months. That's pretty impressive to be able to. So I wonder if they're agitating it somehow, turning it or something to be able to pull that out.
Or it's the time of year.
They put it at the right time.
It's getting really hot during the day. Temperatures dropping at night, where they're getting that.
I wonder if there's a specific season that this is released. I didn't look for that. I don't know. That's interesting.
I mean, I would want to say yes, just given how short time frame that it's in.
Yeah, right. It's not around all the time. So yeah, maybe it is a seasonal. They wait for a specific season and then do the bottling.
Question asked next time over there.
That is a question to ask. And for a somewhat limited release finished bourbon at 122, $50. That's basically right in line. I mean, that's actually a pretty good value. So
That falls
MGP
kind of along the lines with most of theirs, though, other than the ryes
honeys.
and the honeys. And
The honeys got a little bit more expensive,
Yep.
but even those, I've seen them now at stores for less than what they sold them at the distillery because I think their volume is starting to come up a little bit. I'm not
Good.
sure,
Good.
but I think like the 2 honeys were $80.
Well, we've always said in the show,
I've seen them 65-ish.
$10 a year. Mm-hmm. So
That's what it is, basically. I mean, it's $10 per year and it's finished at Cask Strength. Not too bad.
nope,
If this is 36% rye, that sherry
really mutes it.
throws so much sweetness around it that I think the water's going to open up the rye. That's my guess.
Okay, let's try it.
That's a really good whiskey.
I hope they get to the point over there when you go in that there is
More than just
more. I mean, everything's numbered, and they usually have what?
1, 2, 3.
There's usually four
Four and
numbers.
five.
There's 4 numbers usually there.
Yeah.
The two or three times I've been in there.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome when they get to the point where it's. I mean, outside
They
of
have their whole lineup.
outside the honeys. I mean, that's. It'd be awesome if they had that,
Yeah.
but that won't be. You can't go in there every day and expect to get that.
Yeah, they should have more of their whole lineup available in the bar at their distillery. That's going to bring you back. Even if you can't buy a bottle, you'd come back or you'd talk to them like, hey, when are you releasing that again? Because I really like that.
I know. I mean, I don't think they keep everything
On site.
But I think the way they're growing, especially around here, that people are talking about them. Oh, man, I'd like to think here shortly they're gonna
have to
find another location. I love the environment of the tasting room.
Yeah.
But just be able to ramp up their production and get more out.
I get a little bit of a toasted note that comes in. I don't know why. That's really odd. That's the first note that came through is more of like a toasty note. I wouldn't say it got overly.
Mine's more ethanol heavy initially. If you start from the top, more so. No,
The 122 is more apparent.
The bottom, I'm getting, and now I get a little bit of the rye.
But neat. That 122, it was
Yep.
it was not coming off at 122. It's a little bit more apparent. And it, like, the sweeter notes kind of came down. I get more of a, like I said, a toasty note. The rye is a little bit more apparent. It's not a crazy change, but it's noticeable.
Ooh, with the water now, more oils
Yeah,
in the mouth.
and it's a different. I
It
still
was
get some sweet.
creamier in the beginning. It's like a sweet cream.
Yes, right. Yes.
On the front.
I was going to say, I still get a sweet note, but it's a little bit different.
Yep.
It's not quite as fruity. Sweet cream. I like that. That's a good descriptor. I get a little bit more tingle from either the ethanol or the rye, one or the other. I'm not really sure. Yeah, a little oily. That
Oil.
I don't know.
Sweet
Man,
cream
it's
on the
another
front.
one. I don't know if it's better or worse. It's not better. It's different between neat and
I
a
think
little
it's
bit of
one you
water.
can't go wrong either way.
And for $50, it's a solid bottle. If you're
I would say adding the water to it, a little splash of water, given that sweetness, that would make it for a very good after dinner.
well, I'd be interested
Like a dessert.
on a small cube, chilled out, and then let the water from the cube come out into it. Could be really nice.
Or one of those chilled glasses where you're just getting a little bit of the condensation,
That's true too.
not the full-blown water effect.
Actually, water impacting it, just chilling it down a little bit.
And you're just getting a little bit of the condensation. It's a good bottle.
It's really good. For $50, that's a great bottle. So if you're in the Tennessee region, I believe this is available through most of Tennessee. They are now fully in Georgia. I think that's about it. Like, that's your only options here as far as I know. But if you're somewhere in the Nashville/Nolensville region, it is totally worth, I'd swing by there. One, check their website because they have been closing a lot for private events.
But the tasting room is typically only open
Thursday,
on
Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah.
They almost always have live music
And they have tours like
during the week.
like
During the day.
earlier hours. But
Yeah.
yeah, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is the only time the tasting room is open.
Right.
And I think it's much later. It's like 5 or 6.
I think 6.
Yeah,
I think they open at 6.
there's a good vibe in there.
Yeah, it's a cool spot. It's a chill spot.
Yeah.
It's a very cool spot. Very nice bottle. Eric does not like the little band. Maybe you could lose that. Keep the rest of it. Put like a W there. Do something like that more.
Again, if the thought is to go to a different color for each number, which is totally, I'm good with that. Got enough color here, here, and here. I don't think you need this.
Marketing by Eric.
I haven't had a bad bottle out of there.
No, there's definitely ones I enjoy more.
Right. Yeah.
But no, I don't think any of it. They do a really good job finishing their whiskeys.
And Doug was very open. Like, hey, listen, we source it, and we pride ourselves on being able to finish it.
Right. They're picking
They're
good
not,
barrels.
Yeah, they're not hiding from it at all.
Right.
So and so far they've done a great job.
They've done a good job.
Again, as we said before, if you're rolling through the Nolensville area, especially on the weekends, it's worth stopping in.
Yeah. It's totally worthwhile. It's a good time.
Get a flight if they got some bottles available for purchase. Pick yourself up one. But no, $50 for this one, definitely worth it.
Yeah, goodbye.
Definitely worth it. How many more numbers we got?
6, 7,
That was 8.
9.
I'm about to talk to Doug.
I think that's it.
See if you can point us in the right direction
6,
where we can get them.
7, and 9, I believe, are the only ones we haven't done.
And they're up to
14.
14.
We'll get there. We're gonna close this gap. We're gonna finish this out.
Yep, absolutely. Well, we hope you enjoyed this review. As always, if you did, we encourage you to hit the like button at the bottom of the screen.
If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit that bell icon, get notified every time we put out a new episode. Let us know if you have a favorite Wheeler's rig, or if you know of another local distillery, wherever, that's been doing a whole bunch of different releases of finishes and strengths and all that fun stuff the way that Wheeler's Rig has done.
I'd love to track them down.
Yeah,
Even if we got to drive.
I really would like to do some
Little road trip.
comparisons. I think it'd be fun.
Yep. Well, thanks for joining.
See you on the next episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.